My dear students, I welcome you to the Social Science online class. Today we are going to see 10th standard Geography 6th lesson Physical Geography of Tamil Nadu. What we are going to learn, that means history of formation, location, size, physical divisions, rivers, climate, soil, natural vegetation, major natural disaster. These are the things today we are going to learn. For duty, we must know about our own region. So, okay, dear children, can you know which is our country? Yeah, India. How many states are there? 28. Which is our state? Tamil Nadu. Which is the capital of Tamil Nadu? Chennai. Okay, today, now we are going to see about Tamil Nadu only. Come on, listen here. Tamil Nadu is one of the 28 states of India. So, within the 28 states, our Tamil Nadu also there. And it is the 11th largest state in India. It is the 11th largest state in India. It extends from 8 degree 4 minutes north to 13 degree 35 minutes north latitudes and 76 degree 18 minutes east to 80 degree 20 minutes east longitudes. So latitudes and longitudes are the imaginary line. Already you studied in a lower class. And it covers an area 1,30,058 square kilometer. And what are the boundaries of our Tamil Nadu? That is Bay of Bengal in east side, Kerala on the west side, Andhra Pradesh on the north side, Karnataka is on the northwest side, Indian Ocean is the south side. Once again, on east side Bay of Bengal, on west side Kerala, north side Andhra Pradesh, northwest Karnataka, south Indian Ocean. And the Gulf of Mannar and Pak Strait separate Tamil Nadu from the island of Sri Lanka. Which one separates the Tamil Nadu from Sri Lanka means that is Gulf of Mannar and Pak Strait. And 13 districts at the time of its formation. When our Tamil Nadu formed, at that time only 13 districts. Now for the administrative convenience, at present there are 38 districts in Tamil Nadu. In our book they gave 37. Recently now they added Mayiladuthurai, so 38 districts. That district Tamil Nadu, all the map we can see in our videos. Here I show India map. The orange shaded region is Tamil Nadu. The next map is Tamil Nadu political map. 38 districts and headquarters are there. And the next one, the boundaries of Tamil Nadu, that is Kerala in the west, Andhra Pradesh in the north, Karnataka in the northwest, and Indian Ocean in the south, Bay of Bengal in the east. Okay children, now we will see physiographic divisions. Tamil Nadu is divided into the physical divisions of Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, plateaus, coastal and inland plains. Western Ghats. Western Ghats extends from the Nilgiri in north to Maruthuval Malai at Swamithopu in Kanyakumari. So, where to where it is extend means Nilgiri to Kanyakumari district in the south. Height of the Western Ghats ranges from 2000 to 3000 meters. Western Ghats is a continuous range. It has some passes. Passes means way. The passes are Palkat, Senkat, Aralvaimozhi and Achankovil, the Nilgiris, Anaimalai, Palani Hills, Godamam Hills, Varushanadu, Andipatti and Agasthyar Hills. Okay children, now we will see one by one. The first one is Nilgiri Hills. The Nilgiri is located in the northwestern part of Tamil Nadu. Where it is located? Northwestern part of Tamil Nadu. It consists of 24 peaks with more than 2000 meters height. More than 2000 meter height, it consists 24 peaks. Doddabetta is the highest peak of Tamil Nadu. So, Doddabetta is the, which is the highest peak means, Doddabetta is the highest peak 2637 meters of these hills, followed by next one Mukruthi 2554. Already we studied in India, which is the highest peak means Mount K2. Which is the highest peak in the world means Everest. The same way, which is the highest peak in Tamil Nadu means Doddabetta. Then Ooty and Kunnur are the major hill stations. We can see here located, and it has more than 2700 species of flowering plants, nice flowers, plants, and the state animal Nilgiri Tar. Which is our state animal? Varayadu. Nilgiri Tar is found in this hill. Anamalai is located in the border of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Next one we are going to see Anamalai. It is located to the south of Palkot Gap. Anamalai Tiger Reserve, Aliyar Reserved Forest, and Valparai Hill Station, Kadamparai Hydroelectrical Power Plant are located on these hills. It is very beautiful things. Aliyar and Tirumurti dams are located at the foothills of this range. Aliyar Dam and Tirumurti Dam are located at the foothills of this range. Palani Hills. Palani Hills are the eastward extension of the Western Ghats. Eastward extension of Western Ghats. These hills are located in Dindigul district. Where it is located? Dindigul district. Vandarao 2533 meter. It is the highest peak in the Palani Hills. The hill station of Kodaikanal, where we can see in Palani Hills. Kodaikanal 2150 meters lies in the south central portion of this range. It is lie in the south central portion of this range. Which one? Kodaikanal. And one more famous Hindu temple also there, Palani temple. Godamam Hills. These hills are also known as Elamala, Elakai Malai. Hills located in the southern west part of Tamil Nadu. Where it is located in the southern western part of Tamil Nadu. It occurs its name from the Godamam spice. Because of this Godamam only it got this name, which is commonly grown here. Pepper and coffee are the other crops cultivated over the hills. Varshanadu and Andipatti Hills. Another eastward extension of Western Ghats is Varshanadu and Andipatti Hills. Megamalai, the highway mountain, Kalugumalai, Kurangani Hill Station, and Suruli waterfalls. Suruli and Kumbakarai waterfalls are found on these hills. Podigai Hills. Its major part lies in Tirunelveli district with its southern slope in the Kanyakumari district. So major parts Tirunelveli and southern slope only in Kanyakumari district. Podigai Hills are called with different names as such as the Shiva Jodi Parvat, Agasthyar Hills, and Southern Kailash. These names they gave. Which are the names? That is Shiva Jodi Parvat, Agasthyar Hills, and Southern Kailash. These hills feature richest biodiversity in the Western Ghats. It is a hill features richest biodiversity in the Western Ghats. Next one, Mahendragiri Hills. This continuous range is situated along the border of Kanyakumari and Tirunelveli district, and it is part of the southern range of the Western Ghats. Its average height is 1645 meters. Now the next topic is the Eastern Ghats. Unlike Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats is a discontinuous and irregular one. Western Ghats is a continuous range, but Eastern Ghats is a discontinuous range. They may be asked differentiate between the Eastern and Western Ghats. The same way, why it is the Eastern Ghats is a discontinuous range. They can ask. It is dissected and many places by the rivers. What's the reason? Distracted by many places by the rivers, which drain into the Bay of Bengal. Its height ranges from 1100 to 1600 meters. The hills separate the plains from plateaus. Javadu, Servarayan, the Kalrayan, Kollimalai and Pachamalai are the major hills of the Eastern Ghats of Tamil Nadu and are located in the northern districts of the state. So, these hills, Javadu Hills, Servarayan, Kalrayan, Kollimalai and Pachamalai, major hills of the Eastern Ghats of Tamil Nadu, northern district of the state. Javadu Hills. In the Eastern Ghats, we can see it is one of the hills. Javadu Hills are an extension of the Eastern Ghats spread across parts of Vellore and Tiruvannamalai district and separates these two districts. Which hills is separating Vellore and Tiruvannamalai means Javadu Hills. Many peaks with the height of 1100 to 1150 meters are located in this range. Melpattu is the highest peak. Which is the highest peak? Melpattu. Many parts of this range are covered with bluish, grey granites. It is noted for its fruit-bearing trees. So many fruit trees and medicinal herbs and sandalwoods. Due to illegal logging, அதாவது மரம் வெட்டுதல், sandalwood trees are disappeared now. We can't see sandalwood trees. Kalrayan Hills. The name Kalrayan comes from the word Karalar, the ancient name of the present tribes people's name. It is another major range of hill in the Eastern Ghats of Tamil Nadu. Servarayan Hills. It is a mountain range located near the Salem city with a height of ranging from 1200 to 1620 meters. So, the Servarayan Hill where it is located means near Salem city, ranging from height 1200 to 1620 meter. Then the hill station Yerkadu, which is known as the poor man's Ooty, is located on this range. Yerkadu hill station is located in the Servarayan Hills only. How it is known as means it is known as poor man's Ooty. Kolli Hills. It is a small mountain range located in Namakkal district. Where the Kolli Hills located means Namakkal district. It covers an area about 2,800 square kilometer. It rises up to 1,300 meter. Then several coffee plantations, fruits, flowers and silver oak estates are found in this region. Pachaimalai. It is the lowest hill range. Spreads over the district of Perambalur, Trichy and Salem. So it is the lowest hill range and spread over the district of Perambalur, Trichinapalli and Salem. In Tamil language, Pachai means green. The vegetation in this region is greener than the vegetative cover of other hills. So it is very greenish. So it is known as Pachaimalai. Jackfruit is very famous here. Next topic is plateaus. Plateaus of Tamil Nadu are located between the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. It is located between the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. It is roughly triangular in shape and covers an area of about 60,000 square kilometer. Three divisions now we can see. Paramahal Plateaus is a part of the Mysore Plateau situated in the northwestern part of Tamil Nadu. So, first one is Paramahal Plateaus. It is a part of Mysore. Okay, northwestern part of Tamil Nadu. Its height ranges from 350 to 710 meters. Dharmaburi and Krishnagiri districts are located in this region. The second one is Coimbatore Plateaus. Lies between the Nilgiri and the Dharmaburi district. And the height is varies from 150 to 450 meters. It includes Salem, Coimbatore, Erode districts. Moya River separates this plateau from Mysore Plateaus. Next one is Madurai Plateau, found in the Madurai district. extend up to the foothill of the Western Ghats. Vaigai and Dhamarabarani basins are located in this zone. The third one is Madurai Plateaus, found in the Madurai district. Extends up to the foothills of the Western Ghats. Vaigai and Dhamarabarani basins are located in this zone. The plains. The plains of Tamil Nadu may be divided into two, namely inland plain, coastal plain. Inland plains are drained by the rivers. So, inland means it is drained by the rivers only. Palar, Ponniyar, Kaveri and Thamirabarani. Kaveri plains is one of the most important fertile plains of this state. So, which is the most important fertile plains of this state means Kaveri. Coastal plains of Tamil Nadu are also called Coromandel or Cholamandalam. How it is known as means coastal plains, Coromandel or Cholamandalam, land of Cholas. Plain which extend from Chennai to Kanyakumari. Its extension is Chennai to Kanyakumari. It is formed by the rivers that flow towards east drain in the Bay of Bengal. So the rivers that flow towards east drain in the Bay of Bengal. The sand dunes formed along the coast of Ramanathapuram and Thoothukudi districts are called Terri. What is Terri? Two more questions they may be asked. It is one thing, it is a sand dunes only. So the sand dunes formed along the coast of Ramanathapuram and Thoothukudi districts are called Terri. Coral rocks Pavalaparai are found at the head of Gulf of Mannar in the east coast plain. Coral rocks also we can find out where it is means Gulf of Mannar in the east coast plain. Next, beaches. The Coromandel coast along the Bay of Bengal consists of many beautiful and exotic beaches, special nice beaches. Coromandel coast along the Bay of Bengal consists of many beautiful beaches. The golden sand of Tamil Nadu beaches are skirted with palm and casuarinas groves. Marina and Elliot beaches of Chennai, Kovalam beach in Kanjipuram and Silver beach in Kadalur are some of the famous beaches in Tamil Nadu. Drainage. Rivers of Tamil Nadu are its lifeline. Without rivers, the Tamil Nadu life is not there. Though it has many rivers, the rivers of Kaveri, Palar, Ponniyar, Vaigai and Thamirabarani are the notable ones. So many rivers are there, but these are the rivers are very important. All the rivers of the state are non-perennial. So the rivers of our state is non-perennial only except Thamirabarani. They may ask this question in a give reason. Why? What is the reason? It is perennial as it is fed by the both southwest and northeast monsoon. The Kaveri. The river Kaveri originates at Talai Kaveri in the Brahmagiri hills of Kudagu or Gurk district of Karnataka in the Western Ghats. So, where it is originate means the district of Karnataka, that is Kudagu district or Kurk district of Karnataka in the Western Ghats. About 416 km of its course falls in Tamil Nadu. It serves as the boundary between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu for a distance of 64 km. So it serves as the boundary between two states, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. It forms Hokkainikal waterfalls in Dharmaburi district. A tributary called Bhavani joins Kaveri on the right bank of about 45 km from the Mettur reservoir. Two more tributaries, Noyal and Amaravati, confluence the river on the right bank at Tirumukkudal, 10 km from Karur. So these three tributaries, tributaries means, and the main river join here. The river is wider in this region. So it is known as Ahandra Kaveri. Three tributaries plus the main river join here. So it is wider, known as Ahandra Kaveri in Tiruchirappalli district. The river branches into two parts. The northern branch is called Puran or Kollidam, and the southern branch remains Kaveri. Two branches, one is Kollidam, other one is Kaveri. After flowing for about 16 kilometers, the two branches join again to form the Srirangam Island. Near Trichy, it is the Srirangam Island. The Grand Anaikattu, also called Kallanai, was built across the river Kaveri. Who built Kallanai means you know already Karigala Cholan. It was built across the river Kaveri. After Kallanai, the river breaks into a large number of distributaries and forms a network all over the delta. The network of distributaries within the delta region, delta of Kaveri in the coast, is called the Garden of South India. It merges into Bay of Bengal to the south of Kadalur. Pamban, Hare, Kurusadai, Nallatanni Thivu, Pullivasal, Srirangam, Upputhanni, Island Grounds, Kattupalli Island, Gupil Island, and Vivekananda Rock Memorial are some major islands of Tamil Nadu. It is a 2-mark question. Name some major islands of Tamil Nadu. Means you have to write this. Pamban, Hare, Kurusadai, Nallatanni Thivu, Pullivasal, Srirangam, Upputhanni, Island Grounds, Kattupalli Island, Gupil Island, and Vivekananda Rock Memorial. Next, Palar. The Palar River rises beyond Talakavara village in the Kolar district of Karnataka. The Palar drains an area of 17,871 square kilometers, out of which nearly 50% lies in Tamil Nadu and the rest in the states of Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Ponni, Gaundiana Nadi, Malatar, Seyyar, Killiyar are its major tributaries. What are the major tributaries of Palar means? This you have to write. Ponni, Gaundiana Nadi, Malatar, Seyyar and Killiyar are its major tributaries. Tenpennayar, Tenponniyar. It originates from the eastern slope of Nandidurga Hills in eastern Karnataka. So where its originate means eastern slope of Nandidurga Hills in eastern Karnataka. It drains an area of 16,019 square kilometers, of which nearly 77% lies in Tamil Nadu. It flows for a distance of 247 kilometers in the southeasterly direction in the district of Krishnagiri, Dharmaburi, Vellur, Tiruvannamalai, Kadalur and Viluppuram. Chinnar, Markanda Nadi, Vaniyar and Pamba are its tributaries. So which are the district gets benefited from the Tenpennayar means Krishnagiri, Dharmaburi, Vellur, Tiruvannamalai, Kadalur and Viluppuram. And what are the rivers of its tributaries means, that is Chinnar, Markanda Nadi, Vaniyar and Pamban are its tributaries. The Ponniyar is considered sacred by Hindus. Festival are held during the Tamil month of January to February. Vaigai River rises from the eastern slopes of the Varshanadu hills of Western Ghats of Tamil Nadu. So where it rises means eastern slopes of the Varshanadu hills of Western Ghats of Tamil Nadu. It drains an area of 7,741 square kilometer. It drains an area of 7,741 square kilometer. It lies entirely in the state of Tamil Nadu. It flows through the districts of Madurai, Sivaganga and Ramanathapuram. Which are the district gets the benefit from the Vaigai River means Madurai, Sivaganga and Ramanathapuram. The excess surplus water from the tanks is finally discharged into Park Strait near Ramanathapuram. This Park Strait separates Tamil Nadu from the island of Sri Lanka. Tamarabarani. The name is interpreted as Tamiram, copper, and Varuni, streams of river, a small river. The water of this river gives a copper-like appearance. It's look like a copper due to the presence of dissolved substandard red soil. Because of the red soil only, its color is look like that. It originates from a peak in Podigai Hills on the western Ghats above Babanasam in the Amba Samutram Taluk. The origin of the river is associated with sage Agasthyar also. It courses through the district of Tirunelveli and Thoothukudi and finally flow into the Bay of Bengal. Karayar, Servalar, Manimuttar, Gadananadi, Pachayar, Chittar. So what are the tributaries of Tamirabarani means? Karlayar, Servalar, Manimuttar, Gadananadi, Pachayar, Chittar. It's 2 more questions. And Ramanadi are its main tributaries. It is the only perennial river in South India. Which is the perennial river in South India means Tamirabarani. Major waterfalls in Tamil Nadu. District and waterfalls. Dharmaburi, Okkenekal, Tirunelveli, Kalyana Tirtham and Kutralam, Theni, Kumbakarai and Suruli, Namakkal, Ahaya Gangai, the Nilgiri, Catherine and Baikara, Salem, Killiyor, Virudhunagar, Ayyanar, Coimbatore, Vaidehi, Sengubadi, Sirvani and Kovai Kutralam, Tirupur, Tirumurti, Madurai, Kutlampatti, Kanyakumari, Tiruparapu, Kalikesam, Ulakai and Vattaparai. These are the main waterfalls of above Tamil Nadu. Now, next topic, climate, we will see. Though the state falls within the hot climate zone, the east coast of Tamil Nadu enjoys tropical maritime climate. You know the position of India, it is surrounded by 3 side oceans. So maritime na seashore climate. The Bay of Bengal and the Indian Ocean influence the climate of the coastal regions. While the east coast experiences tropical maritime climate, the western region, the west side of the state enjoy the mountainous climate. Low altitude and distance from the sea are the reasons for high temperature and dry condition in the center part of Tamil Nadu. Low altitude na height. Distance from the sea are the reasons for the high temperature and dry condition in our central part of Tamil Nadu. Seasons of Tamil Nadu. Seasons and period. Winter season January to February. Summer season March to May. Southwest monsoon June to September. Northeast monsoon October to December. Winter season Tamil Nadu and India on the whole receive slanting rays from the sun. We not get the direct rays from the sun, slanting rays only we are getting. So the weather is slightly cooler during these months. The weather is cooler. The differences between summer and winter temperature is not very high. Winter temperature in Tamil Nadu varies from 15 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. The winter temperature in our Tamil Nadu, it is differences from 15 degree Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. Some valleys in the Nilgiris record even 0 degrees Celsius also. So cool it is. So it gets 0 degrees Celsius. Summer season. The apparent migration of the sun towards north during March, April and May. The movement of the sun towards north side during the month of March, April and May. Its result, reception of the vertical sun's rays. By the vertically the sun's rays will fall by the South India. Thus, there is a steady rise in temperature from the equator. Steadily rises the temperature. Tamil Nadu, located to the south of Tropic of Cancer, experiences high temperature. Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, these and all imaginary lines, east to west, north to south likewise. So, it experiences high temperature. Generally, the temperature varies from 30 degrees Celsius to more than 40 degrees Celsius. Whereas it is difference between 30 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. During this season, particularly in the month of May, southern part of state receive some rainfall from pre-monsoon showers and some parts experience convectional rainfall. Southwest monsoon. The intense heating of the landmass of the north by the sun during March to May creates a well-developed low pressure in the North India which draws wind from the Indian Ocean. Low pressure and it draws the wind from the Indian Ocean. Already the southwest monsoon, northeast monsoon we studied in India. Particularly now we are studying Tamil Nadu. During this season, Tamil Nadu is located in the rain shadow region. Where we situated means rain shadow region for the wind which blows from the Arabian Sea. As a result, Tamil Nadu receives only a meager rainfall. It is less rainfall, low otherwise. From this monsoon, Tamil Nadu gets the less rainfall only in this season, southwest monsoon season. However, the southern district like Kanyakumari, Tirunelveli and the Nilgiris recorded 50 to 100 centimeter rainfall during this period. In these districts, that is Kanyakumari, Tirunelveli and the Nilgiris recorded 50 to 100 degrees Celsius rainfall getting. The rainfall is scanty, that means not more, very less in the eastern part of the state. Northeast monsoon. The northeast monsoon season commences from the month of October and lasts till mid-December. The high pressure, so October to mid-December. The high pressure created over Central Asia and northern part of India becomes the source for the northeast monsoon winds. So the high pressure where it created means Central Asia and northern part of India becomes the source for the northeast monsoon wind. It makes the wind to blow towards the Bay of Bengal from North India and get deflected by Coriolis force and take the northeast direction. Hence it is known as the northeast monsoon. Coriolis என்பது விசை பூமியின் சுழற்சியின் காரணமாக நகரும் அல்லது இயங்கும் வலதுபுறமாகவும் இடதுபுறமாகவும் திசைகளை மாற்றி அமைக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு விசை. சின்னக்கலார் near Valparai is the third wettest place in India and the wettest place in Tamil Nadu. So, Chinnakalar near Valparai, it is the third wettest place. First place, that is Mount Sindram in Meghalaya. Second place, Sirabunji. Third place, Chinnakalar. Soils of Tamil Nadu. The soil in Tamil Nadu are broadly classified into 5 types. Alluvial soil, black soil, rich soil, laterite soil, saline soil. Already we studied the same types of soil. Can you remember which lesson? Yes, correct. India agriculture. Particularly already we study India. Now particularly we are going to study Tamil Nadu. Alluvial soils are formed by the deposition of silt by the rivers. It is found in the river valley region and the coastal plains of Tamil Nadu. So where we can see the alluvial soil means river valley regions and coastal plains. Generally, this type of soil is found in the districts of Tanjavur, Tiruvarur, Nagapattinam, Viluppuram, Kadalur, Tirunelveli and Kanyakumari. What are the crops we can see here or grow here means paddy, sugarcane, banana, turmeric. Black soil. Black soils are formed by the weathering of igneous rocks, where we can see this from the igneous rocks. It is also known as rigor soil. As cotton grows well, what type of grow well here? Cotton. In this soil, it is also called as black cotton soil. Black soils are found extensively in the districts of where we can see Coimbatore, Madurai, Virudunagar, Tirunelveli and Thoothukudi. Crops, cotton, maize, kambu. The next topic is red soil. Red soils cover over 2/3 of the total area of Tamil Nadu. So red soil is more in our Tamil Nadu. They are found particularly in the central districts of the state. It is dominantly found in Sivagangai and Ramanathapuram districts. Crops, ragi, vegetables. Laterite soil. This soil is formed by the process of intense leaching. Laterite soil are found in some parts of Kanjipuram. Crops, tea, coffee. Saline soil. Saline soils in Tamil Nadu are confined to the Coromandel coast at Vedaranyam, where we can see Vedaranyam. However, the tsunami waves on December 26, 2004 brought a lot of sand and deposited it all along the east coast of Tamil Nadu, so many areas. Then it is not suitable for crops growing. Natural vegetation, the forest types. The forest in the state is broadly divided into 5 types. First one, tropical evergreen forest. This forest type is found in the regions that receive heavy rainfall. Where is a heavy rainfall? There we can see the tropical evergreen forest. It is a dense, multi-layered forest. It is found in the upper slopes of Western Ghats of Tirunelveli, Kanyakumari, the Nilgiri and Coimbatore district. The major trees species of this forest are cinnamon, Malabar, ironwood, etc. Mountain temperate forest. It is found in sheltered valleys of Animalai, Nilgiris and Palani hills. That is where mountains are there, we can see. Animalai, Nilgiri and Palani hills. They are known as solas. The trees in this forest are evergreen, always green and usually short. Nilgiri champa, white litsea and rose apple are the common trees found in this forest. Tropical deciduous forest. This type of forest lies in the margin of semi-evergreen and evergreen forest. Margin of semi-evergreen and evergreen. The trees in this forest shade their leaves during the dry season. Dry season we can't see the leaves of the trees. Some trees of this forest are silk cotton, kadamba, dog teak, bamboo, etc. Mangrove forest. This type of forest is found in the coastal areas, river deltas, tails of islands and oversea faces where accretion is in progress, seaside. The vegetation is typically evergreen, always it is green, moderate in height and has leathery leaves. This tree's leaves like leather. Pichavaram, Vedaranyam, Muthupet, Chatharam and Thoothukudi are the places in Tamil Nadu where the mangrove forest is found to a considerable extent. Natural disasters in Tamil Nadu. A sudden natural catastrophe that causes a great damage or loss to lives and properties is called as disasters. Landslide, a collapse of mass of earth or a rock from a mountain or cliff is called landslide. Areas, Nilgiris, Palani Hills, Coimbatore, Kodaikanal. Risk reduction measures. Before, create awareness, stay alert and awake, monitor the news update, make evacuation plan. After, stay away from the slide area, listen to the local radio or television stations, For the latest emergency information, watch for flooding which may occur after a landslide or debris flow. மலைகள் அல்லது குன்றுகளின் ஒரு பகுதியோ அல்லது பாறைகளோ சரிந்து வீழ்தல் நிலச்சரிவு எனப்படுகிறது. Flood, a large amount of water that has spread from the river. Flood is a common one in the coastal district of Tamil Nadu during the northeast monsoon. The recent flood occurred in the state was in 2015. Before risk reduction measures. Before, know about relief centers and evacuation routes, how we want to escape. That routes we have to be learned. Keep emergency phone numbers and important information. Fold and roll up the things on to higher ground. Important things, important files, everything we have to keep up. During that time what we have to do means be quick, keep safe and ensure that children and elderly are safe by leaving the house to a higher ground. We want to keep them in the higher ground. Turn off all electrical appliances and gas also. After that what we have to do, make sure to get back inside your house. Keep all the power and electrical appliances off before it is okay. We have to check, then we have to enter it. Cyclone. A cyclone is a large-scale air mass that rotates around a strong center of low atmospheric pressure. Cyclone என்பது புயல். The coastal regions of Tamil Nadu are often hit by the tropical cyclones formed in Bay of Bengal during the northeast monsoon time. Tropical cyclones, Tamil Nadu affected. Risk reduction measures. Before, ignore rumors, stay calm, don't be panic, keep your mobile phones charged to ensure connectivity, use SMS, listen to radio, watch TV, read newspaper for weather updates. At the time what we have to do, take care of old and young, keep all family members inside, switch off all electrical appliances. After, those who shifted to the cyclone center must remain there. Still instructions are received. We have to be wait. Strictly avoid loose electrical wires after the cyclone. Beware of snakes and other animals. Drought. Tamil Nadu is water deficit state. You know well. It is almost a regular one and not a seasonal one. It depends mostly on northeast monsoon for its rain. Always we are expecting the monsoons. Its failure ends in disasters only. So to manage this water deficit, rainwater harvesting and water conservation methods have to be implemented strictly. Next, fire accident. Tamil Nadu is a tropical state. The high temperature during summer leads to occasional forest fire in deciduous and thorn forest. So, Tamil Nadu is in tropical region, high temperature. So, summer season, occasionally it leads to the forest fire. Risk reduction measures. Before, create defensible space to separate your home from flammable vegetation and material. Follow all local fire and building codes. Keep all trees and shrubs trimmed. During, listen to radios, watch TV, read newspapers for updates. Adequate water are available. Fill buckets with water. Always buckets of water we have to keep it. Turn off gas and electrical appliances. After that, check with the fire officials before attempting to return to your homes. Use caution when re-entering a burned area. Tsunami. Though tsunami is not a common one in India, its incident in 2004 alerted India and states of Tamil Nadu on this aspect. Risk reduction measures. Before, know about tsunami risk and local warning arrangements. Develop household emergency plan. During at the time, take your getaway kit. Don't travel areas at risk. Move immediately nearest a high ground. If you can't escape, go to an upper story. After, continue to listen to radio. Don't return to the evacuation zone until authorities have given all clear. Next one, earthquake. India is a vast country which experiences many earthquakes at different periods. Generally, high risk zones of the country are located in the north and central parts. The state of Tamil Nadu is located in the moderately low risk zone. Risk reduction measures. During, take cover under a strong table or other furniture and remain under cover until shaking stops. Still that we have to be there. After, proceed cautiously once the earthquake has stopped, and always avoid roads, bridges that might have been damaged by earthquake. Okay children, now we will wind up the class. What you learn from this lesson? Come on, say. Physiographic divisions of the state, nature of the climate, soil, natural vegetation, natural disasters. Next, the major natural disaster and its risk reduction measures also we learn. It is very useful to our life. Thank you dear. God bless you.